Run me my money on Venmo and do it right now.
Go off, Delta!
Baby, you want to book me? You better pay me on Venmo. There's a million electronic payment platforms out there, and they all have their pluses and their minuses and their negatives and their positives and a million different reasons why people use what they use. And I've used them all. And listen, I want the money. Give me the money. Show me your money, honey. No funny money. I want cold, hard coins, the cash, the cointadas. I want it all. But it's not all easy to get. Tons of people want to send through Zelle. Here's my problem with Zelle. My problem with Zelle is that depending upon my institution versus your financial institution, there may or may not be daily limits. So I've worked with companies that are going to send me an amount of money, a deposit. If that deposit exceeds a certain amount that their financial institution is able to send to my financial institution based on, I don't know, maybe because I'm at a credit union or they have a business account or I have a business account and they're sending from a personal account, those amounts can change. So if you're waiting on a certain amount of money, you might not get that certain amount of money at a certain time. They might say, oh, our daily limit is X amount of dollars. So in order to give you what we owe you, it's going to take 4 transactions. Now, the thing is, that might not be the same thing with another company. Another company might say, oh, we're sending you the same amount of money and you can get the whole thing in one chunk through a Zelle. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is. And I'm not asking you to tell me all of the variables of what it could be, because there is one reason and one reason only. And the banks know what that is. And I can call them and ask them. But I'd rather just sit here and complain about it and commiserate. That's what we're doing here. Now, I personally love to use Venmo. Venmo for me is easy. It's simple. I have it all set up. Anything that I'm buying online, it transfers right over. Some people do Cash App. They love Cash App. I do Cash App here and there. I don't normally send money through Cash App, but I do receive money through Cash App from people. And I like on Cash App, you can put like a little quick note. I don't mind that. You can't do too much. You can't really thank someone in a big note. You can just do like a heart or whatever. Whereas on Venmo, you can leave a message, you can communicate, have friends, that kind of thing. So I do like that. I think that's a lot more convenient for me. Some people like to do Apple Pay. Baby, I had one Apple Pay transaction in my whole life. Detox bought a wig from me and sent me an Apple Pay like 4 years ago. I forgot about it. That money has been sitting in the Apple Pay for I don't know how long. It's just sitting there. I've never accessed that money. I guess when the world falls apart again and I have to leave and go live in a cave or something, I'll probably transfer that money over. But for now, that money's still sitting in Apple Pay. I don't know how to use Apple Pay. I'm barely, this past year, barely started using my phone as a boarding pass. I was still using a regular paper boarding pass. But now, because I've finally gotten used to it, whenever I check a bag, they always say, like, can we print out your boarding pass? I'm like, oh, no, I use my phone. I use my phone. Like, I've been doing it forever. I haven't been doing it forever. I've always been using a paper boarding pass. But a lot of people use that Apple Pay for everything. Apple Pay, Apple Pay. These payment situations are just strange to me. The idea of the Zelle not really having an across the board. Like, why is everything not streamlined, right? I could talk about television forever. Why is watching TV so hard? Why can't I just turn on the TV and go like this and change the channel? And if I want to be like fancy schmancy, why can't I just take out a remote and go like this from channels 2 to 13? And then if I want to go up any further, scramble the Spice channel to watch porn. Why do I have to have this package and that package? And why do I have 5 places I can watch Drag Race? Because I have this one. You have this So you get this for free, but you're paying for the free one over here. But if you cancel that, you can't have that. And then you can pay for all of them at once, but I'm only watching the same things over and over. It's like everything is everything. I'm not trying to sound that crazy, but I know I am that crazy. But I think there's a portion of the community out there that's like, yeah, it is a little bit crazy. It is a little bit weird that somebody can't send me $1,000 without sending it in 2 increments. I don't want to wait around for that, right? I feel like if I'm doing the show in 1 increment, I want my pay in 1 increment. Now, that's not to say I don't want the deposit. That's different. What I am saying is it shouldn't be this complicated. Maybe there's a setup. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I can call and say, I want this changed. I want the transfer amount to be the amount that I get paid per gig. I want the $20 million up front. $20 million for me to make my appearance. I shouldn't have to get that in 2 increments. What am I going to do with $10 million? Nothing. What can you do with $10 million these days? Nothing. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I go to Dutch Brothers. I go to all of these places with $20 million, $10 million. They can't do anything for me. This money means nothing. But I still want it. I still want my points. I still want my coins. I still want every bit of that money that I earned. I don't want it piecemeal. Why? Why are we getting it piecemeal? PayPal. PayPal. Again, when I go back to Cash App, I feel like they all have a reason. Like Venmo seems the most streamlined for me. Cash App to me, I'll take it, but she's a little fast and loose. She's a little bit gigolo to me. There's something about her that's just like, I don't know. Something about it's just, I don't know where she's holding that money. The Apple Pay is very extraterrestrial still to me. I'm not into it. The PayPal, she's kind of boomerish. The Zelle, she blows my mind. How about this? How about we just do a good old-fashioned bank transfer? I'll give you my wire number, and you transfer me the $20 million. That's all we need. That's all we need to do. We can close out this transaction. It can be simple. I don't know why I have to love Zelle. Why is Zelle so complicated? What did I do to need for it to be that complicated? And what are they holding money? And are they just holding it in weird assets or something? They don't have all the money? Because that's what it's giving. Zelle is giving to me like, we've got your money, but we have it in a bunch of different pockets. And we can only give you so much for now because we robbed from Peter to pay Paul. That's what Zelle gives. Zelle gives very funny money. There's something about Zelle I don't trust. There's something about Venmo I love. Maybe because Venmo isn't afraid to give you emojis. I trust them. I trust Venmo. I don't like to transfer money out of my Venmo. So if I get paid through Venmo, I like to keep it in Venmo. And I like to look at it and I'm like, that's like emergency, extra emergency money. You know, I'm crazy. You know, I'm going to tuck little bits here and there just in case something comes up. I like seeing it all in little different places. That little extra money from Detox that's been sitting in the Apple Pay for 4 years now, I like knowing it's there. What if I need it? What if I go somewhere and they're like, we take Apple Pay, and all of a sudden I'm like, I want to use Apple Pay. I've got a few little in there, you know? I'm not going to tell you how much, but you know, there's something there. I like to have a little something in here. You know what I mean? It's like a checkbook. I don't have a checkbook, but I can remember people writing checks. I can remember in retail, people would write a check and we would have to write a T at the top, and it would be your driver's license, a phone number that we could contact you at, a date of birth, and back then nobody had a fucking email address. I don't remember what else we put in there. Maybe it was another credit card or something, but we used to do that and run it through the machine and run it out and check it. We used to do that. You know what was even crazier? Traveler's checks. I remember we would go anywhere. My mom would say, I've got to get traveler's checks. Traveler's check. Do people still use traveler's checks? I wonder. Traveler's checks is kind of like a rain check, right? I think you could technically still get a rain check places, but people aren't really getting rain checks. But you could technically get one. If you were that person, you probably could ask about it and maybe they would give it to you, but I think they'd have to file through all the paperwork in the drawer and go, where do we have the rain checks? Somebody would have to come over and go, oh, did somebody ask for a rain check? And they go, all right, well, here it is. Where do we have ink pens to fill this out? Do we do ink pens anymore? And you would have to fill it out. Crazy. I just want to buy things on my card. Credit or debit? I don't know. What's the difference? Well, debit's like cash. There's no paper money, so how is it like cash? It's not like cash. It's like a computer. It's the same thing. Debit or credit. One comes out in 8 hours later than the other one. I don't know. That reminds me. Why is it that all of a sudden my Amazon returns cannot go to Kohl's anymore? Why do they have to go to the UPS store? But then if the amount of money is going back to my Amazon balance, but then it's from another seller, like that circle, it's going like this. I need it to go like this. I wonder if I could search. I know you're going to tell me, why are you shopping on Amazon? Oh God. I do this to myself. I invite you into these conversations just for you to berate me and to tell me, oh, you shouldn't be shopping there. You should be going over here. You should be a vegan. You should be doing this. You should be championing that. You should crawl up in a hole and fucking die. I'm trying to die. I'm trying. The sky doesn't want my body. What fucking more do you want from me? Is that what you want? Just don't pay me on Zelle. You know what I'm saying? Here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. Run me my fucking money on Venmo and do it right now. Run me my money. I'm telling you, run me my money on the Venmo. I want it on Venmo. If you have to do Cash App, that's fine. You can do it on Cash App. If you want the wire transfer, we can do the wire transfer. The PayPal, I don't want to have to hide behind all this. Send it to me on friends and family. That way they don't know. I have to pay my taxes at the end of the year. They know. We're not doing that anymore. We're not hiding. The Zelle? Girl, Zelle, you act so silly. You're doing stuff with money. I think Zelle is investing the money all kinds of different places. And then when you ask for your money, they're like, oh, no, baby. No, we got you. Here, just take a little of this. Why don't you hold some? Zelle is giving like they think it's theirs. It's mine. It's my money. With all that being said, I would like to join the new generation. I would like to let you know that I'm available for tips. Did you enjoy today's talk? Would you like to tip me? Hello? Woo! You see my Venmo right there on the screen? It's available for tips. Supplement my income. We're accepting tips. Alms for the poor. We're accepting tips right here. You can choose. You're going to be asked a question right here on the screen. 25, 35, or 45%. Please tip accordingly. And then we'll decide later if we want to give you good service. I'll decide later after you tip. Everyone, calling all people. Are you very Delta? You shall be tipping. We're receiving tips at this moment. Receiving tips. Eris, are you tipping? Doug, are you tipping? Who's tipping? Please supplement my income. Let's pay the mortgage. Woo! I'd like to make some more online purchases. I'd like to buy some more X-Files dolls. We're tipping. We're giving poor service here. We're complaining, but we're accepting tips. Come on now. Stop being stingy. It's a new year. Tipping. Receiving. Supplements. Income. Come on now. I know how to make a cup of coffee. You want a cup of coffee? You want to take a coffee break? Because I want to make you a coffee and earn your tip and make a coffee break. Are you ready for your 15-minute break? Woo!